I saw a new heaven and a new earth. The first heaven and the first earth were completely gone. There was no longer any sea. I saw the whole city, the new Jerusalem. It was coming down out of heaven from God. It was prepared like a bride beautifully dressed for her husband. I heard a loud voice from the throne. It said, "Look, God now makes his home with the people. He will live with them. They will be his people. And God himself will be with them and be their God. He will wipe away every tear from their eyes. There will be no more death, and there will be no more sadness. There will be no more crying or pain. Things are no longer the way they used to be." Who was sitting on the throne said, "I am making everything new." Then he said, "Write this down. You can trust these words. They are true." He said to me, "It is done. I am the Alpha and the Omega, the beginning and the end. I will give water to anyone who is thirsty. The water will come from the spring of the water of life. It doesn't cost anything. Those who have victory will receive all this from me. I will be their God, and they will be my children. But others will be thrown into the lake of fire that burns with sulfur. Those who are afraid and those who do not believe will be there. Murderers and those who make themselves impure will join them. Those who commit sexual sins and those who practice witchcraft will go there. Those who worship statues of gods and all who tell lies will be there too. The lake of fire is the second death." One of the 7 angels who had the 7 bowls came and spoke to me. The bowls were filled with the 7 last plagues. The angel said, "Come, I will show you the bride, the wife of the Lamb." Then he carried me away in a vision. The Spirit took me to a huge, high mountain. He showed me Jerusalem, the holy city. It was coming down out of heaven from God. It shone with the glory of God. It gleamed like a very valuable jewel. It was like a jasper, as clear as crystal. The city had a huge, high wall with 12 gates. 12 angels were at the gates, one at each of them. On the gates were written the names of the 12 tribes of Israel. There were 3 gates on the east and 3 on the north. There were 3 gates on the south and 3 on the west. The wall of the city had 12 foundations. Written on them were the names of the 12 apostles of the Lamb. The angel who talked with me had a gold measuring rod. He used it to measure the city, its gates, and its walls. The city was laid out like a square. It was as long as it was wide. The angel measured the city with the rod. It was 1,400 miles long. It was as wide and high as it was long. The angel measured the wall as human beings measure things. It was 200 feet thick. The wall was made out of jasper. The city was made out of pure gold, as pure as glass. The foundations of the city walls were decorated with every kind of jewel. The first foundation was made out of jasper. The second was made out of sapphire. The third was made out of agate. The fourth was made out of emerald. The fifth was made out of onyx. The sixth was made out of ruby. The seventh was made out of chrysolite. The eighth was made out of beryl. The ninth was made out of topaz. The 10th was made out of turquoise. The 11th was made out of jacinth. The 12th was made out of amethyst. The 12 gates were made from 12 pearls. Each gate was made out of a single pearl. The main street of the city was made out of gold. It was gold as pure as glass that people can see through clearly. I didn't see a temple in the city. That's because the Lamb and the Lord God who rules over all are its temple. The city does not need the sun or moon to shine on it. God's glory is its light, and the Lamb is its lamp. The nations will walk by the light of the city. The kings of the world will bring their glory into it. Its gates will never be shut because there will be no night there. The glory and the honor of the nations will be brought into it. Only what is pure will enter the city. No one who causes people to believe lies will enter it. No one who does shameful things will enter it either. Only those whose names are written in the Lamb's book of life will enter the city.